Good morning, happy Friday to everyone. So, well, you may not be watching this in the morning. It's Friday, and it's another gray morning in our very gray Bay Area summer. I'm hoping that when we get to August, well, late August, we're in August already, aren't we? Late August, September, October, we're going to have at least a little bit of sunny, warm weather. This morning I just wanted to mention a few things. One, what was the first one? Oh, I've been getting sales on Etsy this week. I got another one, which is, it always surprises me when that happens, but it shouldn't. I should just be grateful and move on to the next thing. I have some negatives ready and cloth ready to do some mudra prayer flags, but the sun isn't cooperating, so I just have to patiently wait for that. I could build a UV box, but I love using the sun for that process, so I shall patiently wait. I'm going to get the tea-toned Guadalupe fabric prints up on Etsy, hopefully by this weekend. Those turned out really well. Well, I guess mainly the other thing I wanted to talk about this morning, or to mention, is something that's really important to me and has been a very critical part of my life for the past, I think, about 9 years, maybe 10, is aikido. And aikido is a martial art that was developed in Japan. I think it was between the world wars, somewhere in that range. I'd have to look up on my books. Morehi Ueshiba was born in 1883, and he lived in Japan, and he had studied other martial arts, but developed aikido as a, it's almost like a spiritual practice. It is to me anyway. It is a martial art, but it's based on the principle of harmony, which seems a little incongruous, but once you start practicing it, you understand that it can have a definite end. I mean, it can be very, very martial. But at the same time, in our practice, it's important that we understand what our movements can do, and actually try to do no harm. We allow the energy just to move through. So there are a few books that I have that I like really well. This is by John Stevens. He's written a number of books on Aikido. This is the Shambhala Guide to Aikido, and it gives a really good overview of the development of the art and the background of the founder. And then I have a couple others. The lineage of my particular dojo goes through Koichi Toi Sensei, who was a student of the founder, and our sensei was a student of Toi Sensei. And this is a book called Ki in Daily Life, which has some really great practices, meditation practices, and different exercises to develop one's sense of ki and energy, and how the energy moves through us and through the world. And I enjoy that one immensely too. I need to get back to it and keep reading, because the one thing, even after 9 years of practice, that I'm still not very good at is my breath. I tend to hold my breath, and I need to get it flowing better. But something that I always notice, or I have been noticing more and more in the past few years, is that no matter what is going on in my life and how awful I feel on a practice day, I generally practice at this point 2 days a week. I have practiced at one point up to like four days a week you know, 2-hour, 1.5, 2-hour periods. No matter what's going on in my life and how horrible I feel and how much I don't want to go and get on the mat, it's 95% of the time I walk away and I feel tons better. It gets my energy moving, it gets my head out of whatever has been bothering me, and it's pretty remarkable, really. There aren't a whole lot of things that can do that can, you know, for me anyway, pull me out of a funk the way aikido can. And it's good for my body, and it's good for my mind, and it's definitely good for my spirit. So I would encourage anybody who has an interest in martial arts but may feel intimidated by some of the more aggressive arts to check out aikido. I always liked watching martial arts, but I had never considered that I would practice one. And I started when I was over 40 years old, and you know, while I wasn't totally out of shape, I was never athletic, and I'm pretty impressed with what my body can do with the right training. And it's fun, and it's a lot of fun. That's the main thing. It's a lot of fun to practice. So I hope that in the coming weeks that I will get the video camera over to practice and be able to shoot some video to show you what our dojo's like and how we practice. I mentioned it to my sensei yesterday, and he was, sounds good. So I think that's all for this morning. I've got to get my orders out in the mail, which is like, oh, it's so thrilling to be able to do that, and just kind of get ready for the weekend. Hopefully it'll be a nice weekend. Maybe we'll see a little bit of sunshine. Who knows? And if we don't, we don't. That's, you know, what can you do? It's weather. So I wish you all a good Friday and a good weekend, and stay well and be happy.